Hi, I'm Daz. I'm the producer of The Drift, and this is the first Drift diary of 2012. Just had a really good Christmas. I'm sure the rest of the team have as well. In fact, I know they have because they've been telling me what a great time they've had resting all the good stuff before we crack on this year. And the last sort of week or so, just after sort of Boxing Day, I was drinking all the mulled wine and stuff. I started to get back into the rhythm of the movie making stuff and what we need to be doing. This is only my second time that I've been on set this year. I've had a fairly good break as well, so feeling pretty refreshed, feeling pretty good. Got over all the lastminute.com issues that we had at the end of last year, which in hindsight now means that the set is looking really, really clean, really clear, and it was great to come back yesterday and just see the whole place just looking like a film set ready to go. Now there obviously is a few bits and bobs that still need to be worked on the set, and there will be right up until minutes before we shoot. It always is the way, but just coming back after a couple of weeks away, just see what a really good state of play that we're in. So that's really good. So what I've been doing, right? Well, I've been trying to mention sort of last year about how we have to get more focus. Well, that's exactly what I have been doing now, and I've managed to focus it down into three areas. So I managed to get a folder of my producer stuff, and I've got a folder of story stuff, and then I've got, as every producer would have, a producer's clipboard, which is basically just all my sort of notes as and when, and then sort of a schedule thing that I've been working on as well. So the idea now is that whenever I sort of go around on set, whatever, then basically that's my production. That's it. Whereas before, I had lots of folders and stuff, and we still have those, but a lot of those have been archived now because things have changed and they're out of date, but we don't want to get rid of them, but I don't need to carry them with me everywhere. So now I've basically got 2 ring binders and a clipboard. And that's for quite a large production, and that's really trying to whittle it all down and to simplify it in the head. So sort of looking at each one of those, I'm not going to go through the whole thing all in turn, you know, but in a nutshell, so basically I've broken down all the, I won't give too much away here, I've broken down all the scenes, every line is a scene, and then basically which actors are needed in each scene, where the scene is being set, and what's the set arrangement's going to be for that, and then just following through every single one of those. And you can start to see sort of a pattern of colours of where actors need to be, and then you can start sort of scheduling and all that kind of thing. So that's quite a while to sort out. And then also in the colours, we haven't done it yet, but in the colours we're going to have costume setups as well. So when they wear a type of costume outfit, there'll just be a number in there. So there'll be a colour, which is green, and then a number, which is their costume outfit that they're going to wear as well. And that's like a check sheet, and everyone will get a copy of that. And then we've got all the configurations of all the different set layouts. So talked about these sort of things before. So let's pick one. Let's pick a complicated one. How about this? Here we go. Right. So this is set piece D14. What does that mean? Well, drift 1, set piece 4. So that's the arrangement there. That's what it's called, and that's what will be referred to as during the production. We don't start describing everything. And then here are all the bits in yellow are all the bits that we need for that set. All the different each set piece is labelled. And then here we've got all the scenes and a description that happens for each of those sets. So there's about 9 different scenes that's going to be in. It just basically describes what they are, and obviously the scene number, very important, and then just a big picture layout there for us all to look at, and then we'll give one of those to set manager. So all the different set layouts, there's about 14 of those layouts. And the second drift, then costumes. So again, all the costume spreadsheets and that kind of rubbish, and then sort of the outfits for each of the characters, what they look like, you know. These are all sort of very similar ones, but there are other sort of styles as well, you know. So all the different costumes, so I know what they are, and then tick lists, so I can check them off. Props, all the props that are outstanding at the moment, and then tick them off as to when I get them with my list, where they're going to go in the film, what set where the props are going to go, weapons, inhabitants, that kind of stuff. So at the very end, we have the really important bit, the budget and legal. and that covers basically all the sort of bills and what have you, and then really important stuff like liability, public liability insurance, all that kind of stuff. Make sure we're covered there. So so that's that one, nice and quick. So basically everything to do with actually how we make the film itself, and then this one then is the story. So again, some of it's repeated, but again the whole profile of all the scenes again, because that's important wherever you are. You need to know about that. The character profiles. So for each of the characters in the film, they each have a profile. So basically, who they are, what their habits are, personality, and how they interact with all the other characters. So what their relationships are with all the characters. That's all in there. And then we've got sequences. So like action sequences. So basically, if there's a fight, what happens, all that kind of stuff. That's all in here. Because order of events, that type of thing. And then audition script pieces, so bits for the actors to come and audition and all that kind of blah. And also, I've got it here, so finally, hot off the press, da, 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 it's the script. So there is first draft of the script. And what I've done here is basically I've just highlighted all the scenes that are going to be used in the auditions. So, but yeah, that's the script, 70 pages so far, and there's also more sequences and stuff to do as well. But 70 pages of the script, some really good juicy stuff in there. So there we go. Da, 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 da. So thanks to Sue. Sue wrote the script. Sue, yeah. We worked together on the story, but yeah. So we have a script which is really good because the deadline was the 1st of January, and I got it the 1st of January. So that was really brilliant. As I said, the last thing is just the clipboard, but again, you can see the theme here. Again, the schedule and all that kind of blah, and then just all my sort of jobs that I do. So as I'm basically thinking of something, I need to do that, I just write it down here. Also very important to have is a calendar. So you can start looking at what's to do, when it's going to be done by, deadlines, all that kind of stuff. So, and yeah, things like that. So there we go. So that sounds like quite a lot of stuff, and it took a while to sort it all out. But now it's really simple in my head. I can go to one thing and look at it and go from there. So what's happening next? Right, well the next thing now is we've got the crew coming on at the weekend. We're going to actually start moving all the sets about. So now, in terms of focus, sometimes it gets down to the nitty-gritty that the only way to really know what you need to do next is to actually start doing it. I suppose that technically they call that a rehearsal. But this is a rehearsal of actually moving the set pieces around. So we're actually going to start, like those configurations that I showed you, we're going to start moving them into position and then identifying what's not working. Well, obviously what does work is good too, but what's more important is to identify the bits that aren't quite right, the bits, either set pieces that haven't been built, bits that don't look good, or what have you. So we're going to sort of do a time lapse from the ceiling and see all the pieces sort of hopefully come together. Make sure we can actually move it around in the building, because that's one of the problems I'm worried about, is that can we physically get it all in? Is there a better order of doing stuff, different configurations? Because that will define the shooting sequences, which order we make the film may come down to the way in which we can build the sets. What flexibility do we have with that? So that's this weekend. I was a bit nervous about that because I was hoping, I knew people were going to be available, etc. So I sent out a few text messages and what have you, and then literally in about 5 minutes I got about 25 text messages back saying, yeah, can't wait. So that's really, really good. They're all coming this weekend, so we're moving all the stuff about, and we'll have our sausage sarnies and all the rest of it, put the music on and enjoy that. So we're going to film it as well, photograph it, and then the next week, really looking forward to that, because that's the big major pre-production weekend in terms of actors. That's when we're going to have actors on set for the first time. We're actually going to run through those scenes and basically narrow down exactly who's going to play which part, and start filming as well. So start getting really to grips with the kit now, with the cameras. Bought a bit of kit now. I've got the follow focus, got a monitor. I've got like a mini tracks, we can do small stuff like that as well, and I also want to do some sort of docudrama type style as well. So that'll be the first also opportunity that we get to start playing with that too. So lots coming up, and what's been really brilliant, most of all, is the enthusiasm of all the guys and girls who are involved, because they've responded really quickly. Can't wait to get back into it. Must be I think maybe a New Year's resolution or something. I suppose the other side of it, of course, is that we've only got 7 weeks to go. It's not long before we actually start shooting. So this really is sort of like the final push. So very excited about that. But it's been good. A couple of weeks off. It's amazing how the end of last year, it was really tough. Tough sort of 4 months anyway. And then at the end of it, we got knocked for 6. Made the best of it. Sorted it out. We came through better for it. A better set for it. A better environment to work. So all in all, good, but knackered and a bit sad. Whereas now, 2 weeks, walking back on set, looking at the whole place, just looks absolutely brilliant. Looking forward to moving those sets, getting the costumes sorted, getting the actors on, and then in 7 weeks' time we'll be filming for real. So it'll be good, all good.